New shirt, new guess. I think this one might be easy, but the first comment I see of the correct answer gets pinned to the top. If you're a subscriber to this channel, you will notice underneath this video somewhere there is a join button. If you click that, you have the opportunity to join the 1893 Club, which is this YouTube's channel membership option. If you click that, you can find out all the perks that you can get being an 1893 Club member. However, if you would like to support the channel in the traditional way through Buy Me a Coffee, the link to that is in the description down below, and any donations are much appreciated. And if you would like to be on the German Gills Show, you can use the WhatsApp link down in the description. You can send a text message, a video, or a voice note, and I will try and find a way to integrate it into the video, including our new Gills Fanzone segment of our channel. Welcome to German Gills. Gills are back at home this afternoon against an inconsistent Tranmere Rovers. Your German Gills Show will bring you a live match reaction today from your host, Reese. Harris threw everyone off their predicted 11 last Tuesday, but can Luke match him up this time around? Adam Wesgate will be our matchday reporter today, where the Galinsons will be hopefully watching a win at Priestfield Stadium. Schön, dass du da bist, und los geht's, Gills! Welcome to the German Gills Show as Gillingham take on Tranmere Rovers here at Priestfield Stadium this afternoon. We've had 2 away games recently and we've managed to get 2 very important points on our bid for survival, even though I do think we're safe. But Tranmere are going to be no pushovers this afternoon. I'm going to be your host, Reese, to take you through every step of today's game on this German Gills Show. Thank you very much for stopping by. Any Tranmere fans here as well, thank you very much for stopping by also. And you can follow our socials. We're on Twitter at Deutsch Gills, and on Instagram, we're on German Gills. If you would like to go straight to the live match reaction, use the chat that's at the bottom of the video to navigate around. Neil Harris surprised everyone with his team selection at Tuesday night at Stockport, and it ruined everyone's predicted 11 for the Gills, but hopefully Luke this time can get his 11 correct for the first time this season.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Luke's 11. Fresh from the latest fans forum, there is a continued air of positivity with the Galinsons returning to their kingdom, and we will see them sit on their throne today. Off the back of 2 away games, we've kept 2 clean sheets and bring 2 points back to Priestfield. We face a Tranmere side who sit 12th in the league and are unbeaten in the last 3, winning 2 and drawing 1 against Hartlepool last weekend. Neil Harris mentioned on Thursday night that next year his side will not fear anyone, and we will be able to go to a side like Stockport on Tuesday and have a real go with attacking intent. That being said, I don't suspect he will fear this Tranmere side too much, and we'll once again see a changed side and formation. So let's get to it. Morris, who pulled off some cracking saves on Tuesday night and continues in his fine form, will be in between the sticks. Returning to a back 4, Che Alexander at right back, Max Amer and Connor Masterson to pair at centre back, with Jekyll and Hyde, as it seems lately, David Tatunda at left back. In midfield, everything is telling me that Ethan Coleman will make back-to-back starts for the first time for the Gills. However, I feel Harris will go for the experience in Sean Williams, and he will return to the lineup with Timmy Dieng, George Lapsley and Dom Jeffries. Up front, Oliver Hawkins and Tom Nichols. Another stern test as always this coming Saturday. However, I feel we have enough to get 3 points back at home. And a score prediction from me this week will be 1-0 to the Gills. Los geht's, Gills!
And of course, we have Adam Wesgate back on the German Gills Show. He's heading to Priestfield this afternoon. So, Adam, we had 2 points on the road the last 2 games. What do you make of those results?
Well, good afternoon, and yes, I would say that 2 points was a pretty decent return. Maybe we could have beaten Harrogate. If we'd have been in the promotion chase, that would have been a bit different, but we're just trying to stay clear of the danger zone. And a point at Harrogate does the job, and at Stockport, it's pretty good. And
do you think Tranmere will be a tough test for the Gills today?
Well, Tranmere is a tough test, just like any other, I'd say, in the league, aside from when you start getting to the top. But I think we can get a win today. Let's just get 3 points. Let's start getting clear of it. There are still a lot of games to go, but I'm pretty comfortable we can do it.
And all things considered, how do you think the game will play out this afternoon?
So I got my score prediction correct the last time at home. No, it was the time before. I'm getting mixed up with the Tuesday game with Bradford. I'm going to go today with 2-1. I'll go with 2-1. I want 3 goals today. We didn't get many in the first half of the season, so I'm sort of compensating now. 2-1 for the Gills. Let's go. Los geht's.
And here we have the German Gills Fanzone. If you'd like to be involved in the Fanzone, please use the WhatsApp link down below to send your message, text or video to be in this segment of the video.
Hi German Jill, I reckon 2-1 to Gillingham. I reckon, O'Brien and Labsley. Come on Jills, long skitch Jills.
Let's head over to Priestfield Stadium for today's live match reaction. Lawskate Gills. So we're about to get underway here at Priestfield Stadium, and I've just heard a statistic that Tranmere and Gillingham have been known not to score goals. Gillingham, obviously we know they haven't scored goals. Tranmere are down the bottom with goals scored as well, so we're underway. So hopefully it's not another 0-0. I must say though, we've got a few people shout outs to make. We've got Craig who's going for a 1-1 draw, and we'll be happy with a point against a decent Tranmere side. We've got Steve who's going for a 2-1 win with her 90-minute winner with Nichols and #limbs in the away end. And finally, just a shout out to David, who's who messaged me saying he's just hoping to get 3 points today, and he's got a 12-hour time difference watching this game. So kudos to all the international fans out there watching as well, and let's hopefully we can get 3 points today. The Gills got a corner on the right-hand side, screen out. Swing, can we get him there in the straight? So it's right back post. He's free. Williams has it towards the goal. The keeper's dropped it, but eventually picked it up, and that was the first shot on target. Williams was just free back there. There was no one tracking him whatsoever. He just couldn't get the power on the header, and essentially went right at the goalkeeper. But nonetheless, the goalkeeper fumbled it as well, actually. Gills nearly getting ahead here, and I have to say, Tranmere did not track Williams whatsoever, and I have to, in fairness to Williams, he's not the fastest guy, and he's managed to get his head on this. If we look now, there's no one there. Number 2 left him, and the goalkeeper. Oh, I see. Nichols got in front of the goalkeeper in his line of eyesight, and luckily for the Tranmere goalkeeper, managed to eventually get his hands on the ball. But is the first meaningful attack of this game so far. Gillingham have done excellently well here, and Tutonda has intercepted the pass. So I'm going to go himself, or he's a bit across the box. He has done. It squirmed, and the goalkeeper should be doing better, but did enough just to get something on it and save the opportunity. Gillingham should have done a lot better with that. Tutonda did excellently well to be in the right position, advance forward, but there was just no one there to put it in the back of the net. As Gills still mount the attack, well, Dieng just absolutely fires it into the corner with no one there. Gillingham should have done a lot better there, Tutonda especially, but Gills, Tranmere, at the moment, still 0-0. Oh, there's a bit of an overload here on the right-hand side for Tutonda. He's got a man on the right-hand side to defend against. It's gone out there instead. It's going to be fizzed across the box. It's gone across the box, and my goodness me, Gillingham just about got away with that, but that's a fantastic effort from Tranmere. The nearest they've really come from scoring. They had a shot earlier on about 10 minutes that was on target, but it was very easy save for Glenn Morris to make. This was much more threatening from Tranmere, and Gillingham did enough just to defend that. It came off, it was Masterson, I think, in the end, but Tutonda was under a bit of pressure there and got caught on the overlap, and Tranmere have a corner on this left-hand side, still 0-0. Corner for Gills on the right-hand side, taking up with Donald, float to the back post, a free header there, and it's gone in, and Williams has scored, and Gills have got 1-0 up. He had a header early on from the corner in exactly the same position, and the Tranmere defender didn't learn from his run, and in the end, he's got on the end of this one with much more power, much more precision, and he's put it in the bottom left-hand corner, and the keeper could not keep it out, and Gills have taken the advantage here just after the half-an-hour mark. Fantastic delivery in from McDonald. We know he could do that from the corner, but what a run it is again by Williams, and he wasn't tracked again, and he isn't the fastest player on the pitch, but my God, he read that well, got a solid helmet and put it in the back of the net. Let's have a look at this in slow motion. Decent delivery by McDonald, and there's no one there tracking Williams, puts it right in the bottom left-hand corner. Keeper gets a touch on it, but cannot keep it out. I'm not quite sure about that celebration either, but it doesn't matter. Gills have gone 1-0 up in this quite important game to get us potentially 12 points away from the relegation zones. It currently stands, it's Gillingham 1, Tranmere Rovers 0. The ball forward for Tranmere on this left-hand side, and they've managed to head the ball away. Gillingham and Tranmere still get the attack alive as they look to exploit this left-hand side. They're coming forward now, looking at the ball into the box. Oh, Gills have let them go through very easily, and this could be a chance for Tranmere to take a shot, and it's blasted over the bar. And that's the best Tranmere have come in the last 20 minutes, unfortunately, since their last attack on the 26th. 15 minutes then. But yeah, Tranmere really haven't shown much since Gillingham have gone ahead, and that's the best they've kind of produced. So Gillingham still have to be on their feet, though, and they still have to be alert, because that move from Tranmere, albeit the finish being really, really poor, was pretty decent. So Gills, even though being 1-0 up, still have to be alert of the threat that Tranmere possess. Currently stands 1-0 Gills. The ball into the box for Tranmere. Gills are to clear their lines. They have done. And it looks like that is going to be half-time. So as it currently stands, it is Gillingham 1, Tranmere Rovers 0. And on the line, we have Adam Wesgate.
Good afternoon.
It is a long time no speak. What do you make of the game so far?
My goodness, yes, it's been years since we've been to a Gills game, and I would say so far it's been a solid League One game with two teams that are trying to play decent football. I'd say we're just about value for our 1-0 lead. That's only because Tranmere, I think, are playing pretty well.
I have to say, when Gills went ahead, firstly, Williams was on his own. I don't know what kind of view you had of that, and it was a really solid header, but since the goal, Gills has just been piling on the pressure. I don't know what your view of that from the sideline is.
Well, I had my informant on the other side of the Medway stand, and he told me, just as I was walking to do my half-time call with you, that McDonald and Williams were talking, and Williams said, put it on my head. But the view I got was that it looked like it was a bit of a rocket from Williams. I thought it was just going to go at the goalkeeper from where I stood, but no, it went in, and it was a lovely goal.
It was an absolutely beautiful goal, and it happened before. I noticed from the corner, it was a free header about 5 or 10 minutes before. So I wonder if the Tranmere Rovers defence is a little bit shaky at the moment, and I just hope in the second half that we can pounce and double our advantage. Where do you think maybe the next goal is coming from?
Well, it's difficult to say because we haven't really had too many clear-cut chances. I think we'll shove on people like Jeffries maybe to try and power, maybe Abram even, he did well against Stockport, to power on sort of towards the end. But I will say Harris, who I've got quite a good view of, he was getting very frustrated with some of his midfield decisions. I'd just say that's the standards that we're trying to aspire to now. So he's trying to make things happen a bit more creatively, I think. So I think probably the substitutes are more likely that we're going to get something on energy later in the game. So I think Tranmere have done pretty well.
So just to finish off, do you still see Gills walking away with 3 points?
I do, yes. I'm still going to stick with 2-1. I got one right the other day, so I'm going to say it's the start of my hot streak.
Well, let's hope that continues. We'll catch up at full time.
See you then.
We're about to get underway here at Priestwood Stadium for the second half. Gills being 1-0 up, and let's hope we can walk off the pitch with 3 points, of course. But I have to say, Gills, I've really got to be careful because Tranmere will come out with some real intent, and we've got to be careful. And I still think we need a second goal to walk off the pitch with 3 points. Let's see how it unfolds. Gills will throw on this right-hand side, contained by Alexander, launch into the box, headed away by Tranmere. Can Gills reignite that attack and get it into the box? They have done it. It's gone to McDonald and puts it in the back post, and Nichols heads it just wide of the mark. And it's the first real chance that Gills have had in this first half, just after 60 minutes. And Nichols, and apparently he's too short, but I saw him tower a header there and nearly put it in the back of the net. So Gills nearly going to double their advantage. And it's a fantastic ball in by McDonald, as we're going to watch this replay now. It's good work by Gillingham, and again, it's headed away by Tranmere, but trying to reignite, trying to add that pressure, trying to re-attack again and recycle the play. Good little footwork by Hawkins and McDonald. Lovely ball in. And he jumped so high, Nichols. I don't know why Crawley let him go because he was too short. Sounds like a really awful excuse to let him go, considering how high he could jump. Anyway, still Gillingham 1, Tranmere Rovers 0. So Gills have got a corner on his left-hand side. Can we score from a corner again? In-swinger by McDonald. It's gone to the back post. And Dieng. You should be putting that on target at least. You did it at Swindon. Albeit this one being a little bit more tricky to probably get it down. The pace of that from McDonald was very strong. But he is disappointed with himself. You can see that, and so he should be. He's the kind of experienced header of the ball that should be finding the target at least. It's a fitting ball from McDonald, and I think... Dieng should be finding the back of the net there. I'm sorry, Gills should have doubled their advantage. Unfortunately for Dieng and the Gills, it's still 1-0. Gills coming forward, and that's a great ball through the top. Could Gills have advantage over O'Brien? It's a fantastic tackle by Tranmere, and O'Brien just needs to be a little bit quicker to pull the trigger, but still great work defensively by Tranmere, and the game is still 1-0 to the Gills. Gills coming forward now. Marston's moving forward. He's got Jeffries on the left-hand side, and Gills, I think, still should attack. They've there's only 10 minutes or so left, and Gills need to try and get a second goal, in my opinion, as William has tried to go in. He's done really well. What a goal that is! What a fantastic piece of work. Masterson gets a fantastic goal. That's what a fantastic... Williams did so well there. He managed to get the ball through it was on his knees. Then he got up. He passed it through the box. It went through Aidan O'Brien's legs, and Masterson was just there to put it in the back of the net. It was a goal of just League Two quality. It's probably the best way I could describe it. Williams just went down looking for a foul to win some time. He played to no whistle, essentially. Great dummy by O'Brien. That is an assist without touching the ball, without a shadow of a doubt. For me, that is one of the funniest but also cleverest goals I have seen so far this season. And I think with that, Gills are going to walk away with 3 points, 3 vital points. We try and clear our way ourselves from that relegation zone. It is Gillingham 2, Tranmere Rovers 0. And that is full time, and we're going to go over to Adam Wesgate, who's going to give us his final words.
Well, what a good win that was, and that just takes us that bit closer to safety. I'm not really concerned about safety now, but the team can't get complacent, and they're not allowing themselves to. I think this just about sums up where we are, to be honest, because when we lost to Bradford, we lost 2 or 3 players. We were thin on the ground, and Bradford were a better team, to be honest, the playoff team. We've beaten a solid mid-table team. They didn't create much, but you can see exactly why Tranmere are where they are. And then you look at, okay, Harrogate away, maybe we could have won, but we got the draw, that's good. Stockport away, great draw. They'd won 8 out of 9 home games before that, and it was Leighton Orient that beat them. So you look at it, and whilst we haven't quite got that promotion team yet, you can see the skeletons of it being built. I can definitely see where it's coming from. We just need more depth and more competition at a sort of higher standard. So actually, I'm quite optimistic. I think these last few games have shown where we are, but shown what we can do as well next season. So let's get over the finishing line. Let's be safe. Let's climb up to the giddy heights of 15th and up the Gills.